Hey, it's David Thomas back at it again with my Wednesday devotion. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great week. So today we're going to be talking about why do affairs happen? All right. So every week I jump on here and share 5 or so minutes from my heart to yours, something the Lord's placed on my heart, something maybe I've come across in my devotion or someone has, brought to my attention. And I feel like it's worthy to be shared today. So today, one of the most important things, actually something that's going to impact the majority of the population is marriage. Okay. And second to your relationship to follow Christ, your marriage, your partner is the most important decision you will ever make in your entire life. It impacts the rest of your life and it can lead to great fulfillment and just great glory for God, or it can lead to tragedy and heartache. And so, we could talk a lot about how to choose the right partner and that kind of thing and what to look for. And maybe I will in another devotion. But today we're going to go to the obviously the negative spectrum and why do affairs happen and how can we keep strong against the enemy's attack in that department? Because first off, as the Bible tells us, the enemy is prowling around like a roaring lion looking for whom he may devour. He is here to steal, kill, and destroy. And what better way to do that than attack the marriage? Why? Because that affects the family. The family is getting attacked, and no one can tell me this is not the truth. The family is getting attacked just beyond belief right now in the world. I would say the US, but in the world. The family is under attack. Why? Because it is the foundation of society. And if the enemy can put a crack in that foundation, he can tear your world apart. And guess what? That's a slippery slope and that's a spiral you don't want to go down. So, but why do affairs happen? Let's talk a little bit about that. So let's think of the 80-20 rule. All right. In every marriage, I won't say every, in most marriages, think of it as kind of this ratio of my partner has 80% of everything that, like, if you were to just say, you're picking them on the assembly line, right? 80%, most marriage would say 80% of that person is exactly what I would have picked out. There might be a 20%, all right, 20% that you either don't have or you would change, right? There's 20%. Now, what's going to happen is the enemy is going to attack you, and it's always when you're weak, all right? And first of all, how do we stay strong? Well, we stay in our relationship with God. And how do we do that? Through staying in the Word, having our devotion, having our prayer time, staying diligent to be in the Word and the law all day long. What's the Bible say? Psalms 1, right? Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on it doth he meditate day and night. All right, so that's what we need to do. Meditate on his law day and night. That's how we stay strong. But we are inevitably going to have weak moments. And the devil knows this, and he will attack you. And what is he going to do? He's going to show you somebody that's got that 20% you're missing. And since you are weak and you are not strong in the faith at that moment, you're going to start having doubts. You're going to start thinking, you know what? I deserve that, which is not true. All right. But you're going to start telling yourself this lie that I deserve that. And God forbid you act on that. And guess what happens? Tragedy strikes. Something that is a brute, a blunt force to your foundation. All right. And so, and guess what happens? If you were to just, like, say people just leave their marriage, they go for this other person, they never work out. Why? Because they only have 20%. They only have 20%. You were deceived. You were lied to. Maybe you lied to yourself, but it's definitely coming from the enemy. You were lied to thinking that this was what you needed. This is what you wanted. This is what you deserved. And you threw away the 80%. God forbid. And so what do we need to do? We need to stay on guard. We need to stay in the Word. We need to stay in the law. We need to stay in prayer. And we need to stay away. God says, you know what Joseph did in the Bible? What did he do? He fled from the house. He fled. He fled from the house with Potiphar's wife, right? He fled from temptation. He fled from sin. He fled from a situation that he knew was not a situation he needed to be in. And I actually was, kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Ministering to an individual who was somewhat in a situation of temptation. And I told them to flee. You have to flee from this. You change this situation. I don't care what the consequences of are in that. It is not worth your marriage, right? And so I give you the same advice. Flee from temptation. Stay strong in the word. Stay strong in prayer. And don't forget that 20% is a lie, and it is not worth sacrificing your foundation, your relationship with Christ, your marriage potentially, and your family. All right. So I hope you get value out of this. I know it was a little bit heavy today, but it's definitely an important topic. And like I said, we have to be on guard. God bless. Take care, and we'll see you next week.